Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from CIX, KDA, Mino, AB6, and Monsta X. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including SM's future and aespa details revealed, and boy group debut madness. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro! Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 111, and we're recording on November 2nd, 2020. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Alright, no announcements this week, but this is going to be a strange podcast episode.
Strange?
A little bit strange. All right, so before we even get to big new releases, we're covering 5 releases, right? But there were also 3 pretty big debuts of boy groups. So we've chosen to do those in the news section a little bit. So it's going to be a little all over the place this week, but bear with us. There were so many songs. But we are now at part 1 of Soju Talk, episode 111, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. All right, so the big new releases we're covering during big new releases are on October 27th, Tuesday, we had CIX with Jungle. October 28th, Wednesday, we have KDA with More. October 30th, Friday, Mino with Runaway. And then November 2nd, today, Monday, we have Monsta X with Love Killa and AB6 with Salute. But let's start at the top with CIX's Jungle. They are from C9 Entertainment, debuted last year in 2019. I think they only have 2 other title tracks, Numb and Movie Star, and 1 music show win so far. I liked this song more than I thought I would, and it grew on me over the week.
Okay.
You know, first of all, I'm happy that Baejin Young is doing well, because if y'all remember, this comeback was delayed because he messed up his ankle. I think it was messed up a couple months, but now he's back. They're good. You know, this song just had like some good vibes going on. I don't know how to put it. Especially the second half of the chorus, they had this weird sound.
After the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sound?
I don't know how to describe it. I'm not gonna redo the sound.
Okay.
You know, second half of the chorus though, there was some like trumpety vibe sound effects going on.
Quack, 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 that thing.
That thing.
Yeah.
What you did was no different than what I did, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it didn't come through. My bad.
But yeah, what were your guys' initial impressions of this one?
I wanted to go first because I definitely agree on the vibe aspect of this song, because I had to look at a lot of like live performances of this, and because the choreo with the instrumental had like a bit of a disconnect, because the instrumental seems very like not chill but slower, and the choreo is pretty hardcore still. So I don't know, it was very interesting pairing up the two. I wouldn't have thought of it myself.
Okay, I mean, before you talk about the choreo, I feel I understand what you mean. The beat was like very minimal.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about K-pop, you think of like at least like 10 instruments going on at the same time. But here it's like the piano, the bass, drums, period. And then near the second chorus, you have like the bam, 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 that thing. Like, I think it was very minimal, but because it was so minimal, it's so impactful, you know, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song just had like a weight to it for some reason.
It's just very sexy, you know, like...
Yeah.
It's... I don't know. Would you agree, Anita?
I don't know. I feel like I look back at their comebacks, right? Movie Star, Numb, and I feel like they've had like a darker but not quite like super in your face type of vibe so far.
The whole time.
And this seems to
Right.
and this seems to be along those lines, maybe like a little bit. I felt like a lot of the visuals in the video made me feel like apocalyptic type of storyline going on, like very interesting. But with the song itself, it felt a little bit toned down as opposed to like Numb, because I think Numb was the one where I felt like, oh, it's pretty pretty high impact choreo, like the tempo, everything. And then this brought it down back a bit, but it didn't feel like slower in a sense. I don't know. It's very interesting. Everything about it is very interesting.
The tempo's a lot slower because I don't remember Numb, but I remember Movie Star was like it is a bit of a deep house track if I remember correctly.
Yes.
That's like 120ish. This is like 100ish in terms of BPM. So it is, I think, literally slower. That being said, because it is so slower and like there's a lot less going on, it feels more effortless rather than like in your face, angry, like dark kind of deal, you know? Like
there's a song. I don't know how many of you have heard this. There's a song by an artist named Katie Kim called "Remember."
Oh, okay. I thought you would mention her. Yeah.
This song has similar vibes. Not only because it also shares those sound effects that we like in the chorus. They definitely have that in this song. That's literally the breakdown. But also they had the aesthetic of like dripping gold and stuff. That was also in that music video.
In her music video, yeah.
It overlaps a lot, which is surprising because, you know, and the thing is, those type of visuals really fit this style of music for some reason. I don't know why though. It really works.
It does.
Overall though, it seems like they spent a decent amount of money on this. They had a lot of interesting shots, very artistic. Like, I know I don't have an eye for art, but I felt like that looks expensive, the stuff you were doing.
I mean, if you think about the Katie Kim music video with Remember, it felt a little bit like they were saving a little bit of money with like the amount of sets they had and instead putting all the effort into editing. Here, it feels like they went all out in both directions in terms of like,
that's true.
We're going to get as many beautiful shots as possible. You know, people melting, gold melting, lots of melting.
Water.
Right. Then you had literal melting effects visually. And that was like, that's pretty dope, not going to lie.
I want to say, although I think the chorus was really good, cool, the choreo was great there, I felt that the energy in the rap section was a little bit not as chill as the rest of the song. I don't know, maybe that was just me. I was like, maybe we could do like a chill, cool rap here or something to really fit the aesthetic. At the same time, though, switching it up might be the correct thing to do. I don't really know. I just wanted to point that out. My last point that I wanted to make is like, Baejin Young has improved so much since the first time we saw him on Produce. Well, the Produce season 2, right?
Yeah.
I remember my mom used to call him the jaundice kid because he had this sickly look to him back then. Like he was really skinny.
He was very quiet.
No
very
confidence.
Reserved.
Looking down. He looked sickly. Like it looked like he wasn't like doing well. But now we watch him. We're like, look how good this kid is. He's so good now.
He grew into it.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a bit of an aside. But overall, I think the delay did hurt them because you got to think they only got 3 songs, right? I don't know if that's asking for too much, but it feels like a lot of other groups that they're quote unquote would be competing with have released more content since they've all debuted. But at the same time, I think whenever CIX does come back, the stuff they release is really good and thought-provoking.
Right, their music has consistently been good. So every time I hear their name, I'm like, I have high expectations. They're usually met. But that being said, I did not gonna lie. Someone in the Discord, I forget who. I'm so sorry. But they did mention last week that they were like, "Oh, CIX is coming back, and I was like, "Bet I forgot they existed for a while, even though Movie Star was such a banger, you know." Like, so I do hope that this is the beginning of like a good run for them. You know, that would be super exciting. Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because like I was like, oh, CIX, that's a thing. We like that, you know. Right.
Everyone liked CIX.
Yeah, no, I completely see where you're getting at. But let's move on to the second song. So we're covering KDA's More. So their company, I wrote Riot / League of Legends. You know, that's what
the entertainment label agency.
Yeah. So they debuted 2018 technically. Their last songs with music videos were The Baddest. They had that lyric video that we covered. And then additionally, Pop Stars, the mega hit that everyone knows, right?
Right.
0 music show ones, but I mean, it's not like they're trying to get them, right? So this song is from All Out, their album, which drops November 6th. I don't know if we're getting another music video for that when that happens, but at the same time, the only other track featuring K-pop people is the one featuring Twice, and I doubt we're getting a music video for that, but who knows? I might be wrong by the time November 6th comes around. but more features the vocal talents, if you're wondering who's in the song, of Madison Beer, Soyeon and Mion from G-Idol, of course, Jayara Burns, I want to say that's how you pronounce her name, and then a girl named Lexi Liu, who is Sephirin in this song.
It could also be Le Xie.
That could be it too.
Yeah. I don't. You might be right though. I'm not sure, to be honest.
But overall, I thought that this was pretty on brand for KDA. I like, I think leading off with Soyeon is great because, whenever that girl's on a track, it's just like
her verse.
You're getting Soyeon, like a lot of Soyeon in your face. And I feel like KDA is one of those groups where if you like what KDA does, you would probably like the song. If you're not a fan of the KDA style, you probably don't like this song.
I mean, I think it's kind of very noticeable that they have a very strict concept and a very clear direction. And like, sure, the KDA, not a real girl group, whatever. But at the same time, it's very applaudable that with like a virtual girl group, a fictional one, they've established their own kind of song and own kind of sound and own kind of narrative. That's like, how often do you see that with real girl groups, huh? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of dope.
I think the way you would describe KDA music, at least I do, it's like the opening of the League of Legends championships. You want it to be epic sounding. That's literally the music they make.
Literally.
Right? It's literally what they're making. Is so that whenever there's Worlds or there's a League of Legends event, you can play this song and everyone gets hype. Like, that's literally the type of music. But Anita, what did you... Oh, go Warren.
Didn't the champs begin with this song this year?
Yeah, they did, but obviously the artists weren't there because I believe the World Championships were in Shanghai, and shout out to Dam1 Gaming because I believe they won. But Anita, what did you think of KDA's more?
I agree very much with the comment of it sounded very KDA. Like it had that sound that I associate with them. And I kind of compared this to their previous releases, and I guess it took me a little bit more to like this. I think the more I hear it, the better it sounds. Like I feel like it has replayability, right? I also feel like visually, the choreo was way more distinctive in this. I don't know why. It seemed easier to follow. And I don't know if...
Oh, no, keep going.
I don't know. I think the visual effects definitely seemed like I compared it to like the Pop Stars music video, and the visual effects seems a little bit more leaning on the realistic, I would say, because in the first one, I feel like it was still very much portraying like a video game persona, I guess, like more cartoonish per se, more 2D, I would say, and this felt very, very like high def, very detailed. A lot of stuff going on, but clean. Also, shout out to the character design for Seraphine. Seraphine.
I don't know how to pronounce this. To be honest, I'm not playing League right now. I don't know how to pronounce these new characters.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I think it's Jyra Burns. I think we messed that up too. Based on the spelling of it. It looks like it's that.
Yeah. But I think the addition of this character and like this new singer, vocalist, I thought it worked really well. Like I liked the story that was being built in the song. I don't know if you guys have anything to that.
You touched upon a lot of things.
I
take
did.
it one by one, slowly. Let's begin with the last thing you mentioned. Seraphine, Lucia Liu, or whatever her name is, or Lexi, I'm not sure. I think I actually felt like she was a little detached from the rest of the track.
Oh, really?
I didn't. That was like my favorite part.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like the transition into her part was a little awkward, but once I got into her part, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. This is not something Evelyn or Ari is bringing to the table. Look at me using the actual name. And I think that was really cool. I think that was really dope. I think my favorite part of the track, easily, hands down, one of the best verses of K-pop in 2020 was from Akali. Akali that girl. Akali go girl. Akali don't stop. Akali don't skirt. I think
right off the bat.
I think when people say good rap in K-pop, I think it's very different from what K-hip-hop fans define as good rap. And this definitely is, to me, it's a lot more in line with the current rap meta of like being effortlessly super dope. That's what that felt like to me. Minimal, but very effortlessly swag. Oh man, I should have used the word
Bro,
swag.
no, Soyeon's just so good. Like
She
is.
great. This was
just
a
so
great
good.
verse. It was great.
she also fits this concept really well. Like the
Perfect.
KDA aesthetic is perfect for her. No, for me, the new character part, right? What are we
Seraphine?
going? Yeah,
Seraphine.
Seraphine. Let's go with
Seraphine.
that. I thought it was a good breakup because number one, I wasn't expecting the Mandarin to come out. That was surprising.
Yeah, that was
That
cool.
was a little surprising.
Number two, I like that she felt different for two reasons. Number one, they're introducing a new character, so people throw more money into the game and buy the game and
Yeah.
buy her character.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Number two, I felt that she was the one part of the song that didn't feel typical KDA, and that's why I thought she added something to the song.
Oh, okay.
Because
Slow
she's
down,
technically
yeah.
doing the slowdown in the bridge part, so that's why I felt it felt different. Or else, like, why have her there if she's just gonna do what they're doing? That was my overall impression of that. KDA is interesting. We almost covered other songs or did not cover this song this week, but we felt that with the aespa stuff, we needed to mention them because this will be like a good basis for a lot of the conversations we're gonna have in the second half of the show. I think that's the bigger reason. Do we have anything else to say about the song? I think Warren does, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to touch upon one more thing that Anita mentioned earlier with the choreo and the music video styles. And I guess I can touch upon this later again when we talk about aespa. But I was not a fan of the animation and the choreo.
I agree.
of this music
Was not a
video.
fan. Was not a fan.
I guess maybe it feels hyper realistic. It felt very.
I can see that.
I don't know. It felt very dry to me, and it felt a little awkward because it's an animation rather than real people dancing. I don't know. Maybe if they animated it differently.
You know
maybe
what it
feels
was for
different,
me when the four of
Yeah.
them danced together.
but- Yeah,
It felt like they
Yeah.
copied and pasted the motion 4 times instead
That's
of
what
having
it
them
felt
do-
like too.
Then you know how like we see those weird animated videos where things are just dancing and it's kind of uncanny valley where like they're too perfectly synced. That's what it felt like to
I see,
me.
I see.
And they also I think knew that, so they didn't hold those shots very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Is that exactly what you were getting at?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. And I felt like if they had gone in the direction of exaggerating their cartooniness rather than like dance, I feel like it would have been a little more.
Yeah, I just feel like
appropriate.
because all of these characters within the lore have such different personalities and backstories that having them all move exactly the same kind of was like, oh, come on. You know what I mean? At least for me. And I feel like if you're going to throw this much money to make this, at least we could have got like 4 little bit different movements. Maybe that's asking too much, but that's at least how I felt. Overall, though, I thought the vocals were on point in the song. I enjoyed it. I'm a fan of KDA. I know some people aren't, but I think it's a good time. As long as you don't take it too serious, which is a lot of what K-pop is for me, at least.
Kali
but
got a job. Kali go to work.
Okay. Let's move on to the next song. So we have Mino's, I think it's his second solo album, I want to say, but he released Runaway. His company is YG, debut 2011 with Winner. Last 3 songs were Fiance, Body, I'm Him. That spans a long length of time though, so the real last one was Fiance, and that's pretty much it. Also that Body song's a hit though. He has 6 music show wins as a solo artist though, so that's a fact right there.
Wow.
This was kind of like, this song was kind of angsty, you know? It kind of like, this was like really Mino, the music video, the song. And I know I'm really biased to like Mino right now because he's appearing on one of my favorite TV shows, Journey to the New West. So I'm like really inclined to think this was like an excellent song. I do have a little like reservations with it though, but I want to hear what Warren had to say about this one. That was like the main thing I was thinking when I was listening to this song.
I think a couple things that I like and a couple things I don't like about the track. But I think overall, I think I like the track. Previously, I felt like Mino was a little bit too much in the YG shadow.
Okay, fair.
Fiance felt like very YG. It almost felt like he was in G-Dragon's shadow a little bit. Whereas here, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be sad in different ways. Look at me while I run through the subway while melting through the doors. That kind of deal. And that's no, I felt very unique to it. And I felt that was really cool. That being said, I felt like he at the same time didn't take himself too seriously, which I really liked. Right? Because if you think about his variety personality, which I think a lot of people in Korea are very like familiar with because of New Journey to the West. It kind of makes sense because if he was suddenly on this music video and like he's just full on dark sad, that would be a little dysphoric. Whereas here he's like, there are a couple of moments where you see it feels like the other side of the smiling Mino. It feels more like I'm angsty Mino. Like
Yeah, no,
I am
sure.
the second year in middle school Mino that's like writing poems, and I'm really sad because that one girl didn't hold my hand in the hallway, kind of Mino, right? Like that was a joke. You guys are
In his
supposed to laugh.
feels, yes.
Yes.
That was a joke? Question mark. All right, but Anita,
Jesus Christ.
what did you feel about Runaway?
I did get like this side of him, right? The more sentimental, more I guess reflective side of Mino in this particular comeback. But I also felt like for some reason the instrumental and maybe like the vibe that he was portraying, it felt closer to the sound of Winner as a group. Because I feel like with his previous comebacks as a soloist, I thought he had a very like different path, like a very different concept he was going for. For this, I feel like he was blending in a bit of both his personal style and that of the group. And I think it worked. I think it's still very distinctive to him, but it's still adding like more background to him from the group, if that makes sense. Musically, I think visually it was kind of very different, which I think is something that I really appreciate from his music videos. Like it's very different, like the stuff that you see visually with his song. And I feel like it fit the song even more, the visual effects, like the glitching and all sort of stuff. I thought it was very fitting and almost like building more onto the song.
It did feel like it was like kind of working off of each other, right? Like
Yeah.
It felt like it was having a conversation, the music and the music video. Oh, I'm really proud of that analogy.
I also thought like, so he's a really artsy person. If you ever see him not in K-pop, like he makes art. He
draws.
He's a very creative person. There were some scenes in this music video that were like, you can tell came out of his mind.
Yes.
Specifically, like there was a car on his sideburn all of a sudden. That was like,
really
I was
cool,
like,
the
that was kind of
transition.
cool. That was one of the
Yeah.
most memorable shots for me. I also think there were some visuals. I don't know if he created them, but they were like artsy, like almost art shots, and maybe he had a hand in making them because they look like
I
some
wonder,
of the art he
yeah.
makes. I like what he did with the chorus, how he used the word domanga, which is run away, and then he like emphasized the last bit over and over again to make like I kind of like that. I thought that was really distinctive and catchy, which you don't see a lot of people doing. I felt like they gave him a ton of creative freedom on this one, like way more than they ever have.
It's cool.
If you look at the credits, he took part in the lyric writing of every track. He took part in the production, the composition of every track. He took part in arrangement of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks out of 12 tracks. That's, I mean, you gotta give it to him. At this guy, he's involved. He's very involved. At this point, this is where you say he's an artist. He's a musician. Like that's no contest there.
Also, go watch Journey to the New West if you're not watching it.
So
It's probably the best show in Korea right now on TV. To be honest, but I think that's enough. I think that's enough of Runaway. Let's move on to the last two songs. So they both came out today on November 2nd, Monday. But the first one we'll be covering is Monsta X's Love Killa. So they are from Starship and they debuted in 2015. The last three songs were Fantasia, Follow, and Alligator. 13 music show wins so far. Anita, I told you my opinion of this one before we recorded.
Yeah,
let's
you
hear
did.
your opinion first. We should hear yours first.
Okay. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the concept, I guess, of the song or like the styling, because I could see the allusions to like movie characters, right? So
Yes. Do you want me to go through them? I have a list.
Yeah.
So Shonyu was from John Wick. Minhyuk was from American Psycho. That one was really obvious. Kihyun was from Hannibal Lecter. He's the one sitting in jail or in a prison cell. Hyungwon was from Fight Club. I thought that was really obvious.
That was nice.
Ju Honey was from Joker from The Dark Knight. I thought that was really obvious too. And then the last one was Chung Hyuk from Drive. So those were the movie references they made in that.
Sorry, did I make you anxious?
Yeah, that was such a like iconic line. Honestly, I thought that was great.
I feel like I didn't quite see it, the connection between like the Joker character that he was trying to portray until he said that line. And I feel like the beginning, like that intro line, and then going into the song, I think really set the mood. I don't know. I really liked it. But overall, the styling and like the concept they were going for, I don't know. It felt really, how do you say, like clean, but mature. Like I feel like it didn't come off as cheesy. Like if you were trying to portray these characters, like it might seem like way too obvious, like heavy-handed, but I feel like it was a little bit more subtle. Like, yes, I can recognize it, but I don't feel like you're trying to be that character, if that makes sense. No?
I mean,
No?
When I heard the anxious part, I forget the line now. In the very beginning, I kind of skipped to a different song because I didn't want to hear it. I came back and I listened past it. And I enjoyed the rest of it. But like I think that part was a bit of a unexpected displeasure a little bit.
Really?
I was like, no,
I think when you say unexpected displeasure, you're trying to say cringe, Warren. I think that's what you're trying to say.
All I was feeling was like, you didn't make me anxious until now. You literally, by asking me that, you did make me anxious.
Yeah, but what else did you feel like? What in terms of the song though? What were you feeling?
I mean, the song itself was pretty nice. I think let me pull up my notes real quick, which I'm not sure why I didn't turn to. I think one interesting thing about the song was like the textures were very nice, which may be something that people don't latch onto. But this would be the one song that I push to when people ask me, what are textures in K-pop? This is the song you listen to because you listen to it. There's a lot of sound effects, and it feels very fuzzy and buzzy at the same time. But at the same time, it's very distinctful about what everything is going on. That's very difficult to achieve, and they did it. So that was really cool.
I agree.
I wasn't the biggest fan of this one.
Really?
I do like that Monsta X is changing up the style. This was the least upfront of their last 4 releases, I want to say, right? Because we had Shootout, Alligator, Follow Fantasy. All of those are in-your-face songs, more or less, right?
Yeah.
This was definitely them. I wrote like they had like a suave aesthetic going on, like I'm not trying too hard, but I'm cool type vibe, right?
The suits.
For me, I felt that I like the verses, right? First of all, they were doing some interesting stuff by having him rap that long in the beginning, right? That was, I thought, a little bit interesting in itself. Overall, I thought that the verses and the pre-chorus was really suave, but I just felt that there was a little bit of a disconnect once we got to the chorus, because the chorus for me felt a little bit more like typical Monsta X style, and I wanted them, if we're going to do suave in the pre-chorus, the verses, let's just do full suave then. Let's just change it up completely. And maybe that's like, because I know other people would be like, well, they retain some of what they normally do, which is fine, right? But for me, I wanted, like, if we gonna change it up, let's do it all the way. Let's go completely different.
I see what you're saying.
So I felt like the pace. Yeah, I felt like the pacing between the verses and the chorus was a little bit different from each other. Not that it's a terrible thing, but I was like hoping the whole thing would be a little bit more suave the whole way.
Dang,
Okay, I see what you mean.
I feel like maybe I'm in the minority then, because I kind of liked the way the chorus turned out, but maybe more in the sense of the choreo, because I really liked the choreo in the chorus, and they changed it up a bit in the last chorus right before the end. And I don't know, I guess it seemed very like trendy, but still like very like you mentioned, suave type vibes.
I don't know if I would say you're in the minority. I don't think Doug's in the minority either. I'm kind of split on it. I think what they did works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the nice sandwich that I ordered. I got what I expected. I liked it.
Here
you
we
know,
go.
You know, 4-star review on Yelp, but I wouldn't give it a 5-star review on Yelp. But you know, like
Okay.
yeah, I feel
enough.
like there was a bit more they could have done. You know, that would have yielded the extra 1 star on Yelp. But you know, I mean,
Overall, though, I thought it was a very like good song from them.
yeah.
The people on our Discord were kind of mixed on this one. Some people liked this, some didn't. Sort of like how Anita and I kind of feel about it. At the same time, though, people are talking about it because Monsta X is a large group, and I want you to go listen to this and form your own opinions because that's what you should do. Because don't just listen to what we're saying for sure, right? That's the whole point.
Wait, why did you pick just you and Anita?
Because you're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
You said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's literally what you said.
That is true. That is yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
all
move
right.
on to AB6. Salute. They're from the
Yeah.
company Brand New Music.
Okay.
They debuted in 2019. Their last 3 songs have been The Answer, solo singles, and Blind for Love, and they have 7 music show wins. Why
Yeah,
are you
so-
letting me keep going? Stop me.
Because you gotta commit like Monsta X should have, dude. Just pointing that out there. But solo singles is not the name of a song. They just had this one weird album that had 4 solo songs.
Oh, right,
and
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It didn't go down all that well, I would say, other than like Daehee's song. Like, yeah, just wasn't like the best thing ever. But we now have Salute, which is clearly like a military / band theme going on, right?
Yeah.
The marching band thing. You know, I thought this was a massive change up from The Answer. The Answer was
yeah.
like a boyish,
Oh, man.
happy song, and we weren't that like. I wasn't a massive fan of The Answer. I don't remember what you guys thought, but I like this direction more for them. I thought this was cool. I thought like Woojin was killing it during his rap sections. The thing that surprised me most was how much rapping Daehee did. I did not know he had this in him.
Oh, wait, that was a little surprising. Yeah.
That was surprising, and I was
Oh.
really down for that. You know,
No.
there was okay. Let me get to the part that I'm like holding off in my head. There was one part of this music video that distracted me so much when I was listening to this song.
Oh.
The guy Donghyun, he was
Yeah.
fencing a robot for some reason in this song.
Yeah,
and
he was.
I thought that was so strange given the concept thing. I don't know what was going on there.
It was a little odd.
I guess fencing is cool.
It looks cool. It looked cool.
It looked cool.
In the
It looked
placement
cool.
of the music video, it was
Yeah.
a little odd though.
Like there was other scenes where they're like holding drumsticks at each other like they're about to fight or something. I
Okay,
was like,
no,
all right,
never do that in band, by the way. You can,
Is that
dude, you can go blind. Don't do that.
all right? But like, I don't know. Maybe they're the opposite of SM and they're trying to fight technology instead of embracing it. Maybe that's what AB6 is trying to do here. But that was
commentary.
Is the robot arm the 5th member of AB6?
I don't know. It was confusing to me. But what do you guys think of Salute? Because overall, I thought it was a really cool song, though. I like this one for sure.
I feel like for me, I'm always down for like a band theme drumline section because I think it's cool. But I feel like instrumentally, I didn't think it was like super there. Like I could see it visually, like they were using it as like a concept, but instrumentally, I didn't think it was as strong as it could have been. Maybe I'm just not remembering well, but I think it made it interesting. Like it fit with the styling that they had going on, like basing it off the marching band uniforms, more like military-esque. I think it was very pretty, the styling. But I don't know. I think something about the chorus for this song, I felt like the drop, I'm not too sure about. Like I feel like the buildup was pretty there, and then it kind of slows down, and I never felt like it quite came back up. I don't know.
Okay.
What are you saying, Lauren?
I think, Anita, you're being a very nice person.
Uh-huh.
That being said, not really a nice person. I'm not.
What?
You're not.
I'm not a nice person. And this is where I pull out one of those moments, and I say, I don't like the song. You know,
Wait, can I apologize for something real quick?
Yes.
I don't know how
Okay.
obvious it was, but I was about to pull up the song on my computer to listen to the chorus. And
Oh my God.
it might have leaked into the audio recording.
Dude, if we get copyright claim, it's your fault.
No, it was like 0.1 of a second until I realized what I was doing, because sometimes when you guys are talking, I pull it up on my phone while my
Oh,
mic
yeah.
is muted, so that
Okay.
like I can like refresh what I'm trying to listen to or like trying to remember. But like I think I played like the first sound of this music video over the audio recording. But go now. Warren did not let. But Warren typically doesn't like military themes, so keep going with that, Warren. I will go listen to the chorus real
I'm fine
quick.
with military themes. I'm fine with military themes. I think the issue I had with it is that it felt unfinished a little bit. And this goes off of where you're saying that, it felt a little, like, I don't remember any of the adjectives you used.
No, for me, in the like verse pre-chorus, it felt like it was building, right? And it made sense.
Mhm.
And then when it got to the chorus, it just seemed to kind of have like a drop. And it's like, okay, so there's that effect, but it never quite came back up for me. I don't know if that's what you meant.
See, the drop is not like, we're not talking about like EDM drops. We're talking about like a drop in the atmosphere. Is
Correct.
that what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
Right? I don't think that was intended.
Oh.
Huh.
I don't think that was intended, because normally if I think about brass arrangements in terms of K-pop and popular music, I'm thinking about booming brass, very, like,
Yeah.
like, and this was like, it's a brass, brass is here, that kind of deal. And that being said, because brass has been one of those outstandingly trendy instruments of this year, where I have so many other tracks that I inevitably compare this to.
Wait, what was that word? I don't know what you said there.
Inevitably
There you
compare
go.
Correct. Hey.
I'm like all over the place. I apologize. And sorry. But yeah, I think to me, because of that, it didn't fully finish the entire atmosphere that they intended for me. And that was where I felt like, okay, the atmosphere drops. It never comes back up because it never was intended to come down in the first place. It was intended to stay on the top, because that's where the brass comes in and you're like, like high tension and whatnot. Whereas for me, it was not as super impactful, if that makes any sense.
Well, I do feel like the energy that I was expecting in the chorus kind of did show up a bit in the dance break. I think there's this part at towards the end where I feel like, I kind of hear the brass a little bit more. It feels a little bit more up tempo. I guess I thought, it feels a little delayed. I kind of wish it was a bit sooner. And I don't know.
I did feel like the music video did a really good job of like making it feel more exciting than when I listened to it audio.
I
only.
like the music video. I thought
Yeah,
it was
the music
audio.
video is nice.
The military outfits they're in were swaggy.
Very
I
nice.
really like
Very
those.
pretty.
I know a lot of people like men in uniforms.
I do.
I don't know. Maybe that really, Doug
I'll
is nodding his head.
I'll simp over a nice man in a uniform any day of the week, sir.
It's okay.
Okay, that was weird. Keep going.
No, you're weird. What are you talking about?
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, nice uniforms. Yeah.
Uniform. Is there anything else you want to discuss about it?
I know. I think AB6 is doing their thing. I do like how they're experimenting with some stuff, because doing at the time 5 solo singles and then doing Answer and then doing this, they're kind of the concept's like changing a lot, right? But at the same time, I think AB6 maintains this high level of production with the stuff they're doing. They're overall, I would call them a high mid-tier group. We still need a hit from them, I would say, to push them up higher. I don't know if this is the one, but overall, I thought it was a pretty fine song from them.
I was a little critical of this song when we were discussing it earlier. I do also want to point out, though, I like this a lot more than The Answer.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I know some people might love The Answer. For me, though, I prefer Salute. Salute.
You salute to salute.
All right, but other releases this week include Paul Kim with Hangover. So now we're going to we have the three like pre-debut / debut songs. So T1419, they had Dracula, P1 Harmony's debut with Siren, and Drippin's debut with Nostalgia. We're going to talk about all of them in the news section this week. We had JBJ95 with Jasmine. We had CL with Hua, which is a pre-release ahead of her new album Alpha, which drops on November 30th. She also launched her own company, I believe, called Very Cherry. And lastly, Hon Jin Young had a song. I forgot to write it down here, but she had a song, so go check that one out. But we are now at Spice King, so it's a segment where each week we will decide which song reigns supreme. So the Soju chart will be evaluated in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 on the Soju chart will be declared this week's Spice King. All right, the Soju chart for episode 110 was Twice's I Can't Stop Me in first place. They got their first crown. They were the Spice Kings last week. NCTU's From Home and TXT's Blue Hour. Candidates this week include CIX's Jungle, KDA's More, Mino's Runaway, AB6's Salute, and Monsta X's Love Killa. I'm gonna make a take.
All right.
Off the bat.
Okay.
I don't want to change up the chart very much this week.
Very much, as in you don't want.
But still, some change.
Yeah, some change.
So I'll just get to it. The chart I want. Right?
All right. Your ideal chart.
I want Twice's I Can't Stop Me to remain in first place.
All right.
I want TXT's Blue Hour to move up to second place.
And
I want to remove NCTU's From Home, even though I thought they had a pretty good run on our chart. They won 1 week. They got second place the second week. I want to remove them. I want some fresh blood into the chart. And I want CIX's Jungle in third place.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the one person who did clarify the genre thing about TXT's Blue Hour. I think I misread some of their press releases. That was I did really appreciate that. That was very nice. That being said, I don't think I liked it enough to kind of keep it in my playlist over the week.
What?
My ideal chart does not include Blue Hour by TXT.
Oh my god!
I apologize to any TXT Tomorrow by Together fans.
Moaz.
I am not a hater. I love. No. I am not a hater.
Well, what is your ideal chart?
My ideal chart, sir. I mean, ma'am.
What? Okay.
Yes.
I agree with Twice. I Can't Stop Me on first. I agree with that.
Fair.
Instead of TXT, I have CIX's Jungle on second.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
And out of nowhere, I'm adding More by KDA on third.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think just to clarify that, I think what's her name? Akali or Soyeon's verse
Yes.
was just such a memorable, such a
Enough
high
to hard
quality.
carry this
Yeah.
into
Yes,
third.
yes. I have to give it the shout out that it deserves because
You know,
was,
the
like,
thing
a
is,
great moment.
KDA was my 3A if I was allowed to have one. It was like the other one.
Ah.
But Anita, what's your ideal chart at the moment? And then we could go from there.
Well, I am the complete opposite of
Oh
Warren
my
because
goodness.
the one song that has been on repeat this whole past week has been TXT's Blue Hour. I don't know. I really, really like the song, which propels me to want to put it in number 1.
Okay,
What?
that's
You don't
fair.
know.
But
You can't even explain
know.
yourself. What is this?
No. Okay, something about the song I think is very, very catchy because it feels like it's very bright. It's very dancey, but it still feels very like bittersweet. Like when you get the lyrics and you kind of get the story of the music video, it seems very bittersweet. Like it's talking about something that's ending, right? So I feel like it's a very interesting concept visually. I love the colors, the styling. So I would want to place it in number 1.
Okay.
Twice, it has been growing on me a little bit more. I think I've been watching some live stages as well, and I appreciate the choreo so much. Like that's a really nice choreo. So I would put it at second.
그렇지, Anita. 그렇지.
For number 3, I feel like yes, I agree with Doug, or who? Yes, Doug, you wanted to take out from home. Because
Yeah.
that's a really great song. I still feel like it's a
Uh-huh.
really great song, but maybe giving some room for new candidates out of
Ooh,
the
which
new
one though?
releases.
Ooh.
Let's see. I know I'm in the minority because I kind of really liked the Monsta X song.
Hey,
Okay,
it's
that's fine. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You know,
but
it's
I-
okay to have bad taste.
Bro,
I'm just
first,
kidding.
first you call her sir, and then you say she has bad taste. Are you just roasting Anita the whole
Anyway.
time?
I'm just
What is
kidding.
that? What?
I do. I feel like I liked the Monsta X song, but I'm waiting for the live performances because I think what's really grabbing me is the choreo
Mhm.
for now. But I guess the whole package. I think I lean more towards KDA
Okay. Whoa.
because I really I do like the verse, the general instrumental for it. And I do feel like the more I listen to it, the more I feel like it's really catchy.
Interesting, Anita.
I kinda got a job. I
Interesting.
kinda got to work.
Okay. As we stand, right?
Okay.
Twice has 8 points. Twice is number 1 this week again. Because 2 of us put it in first, Anita put it in
Yep.
second.
Yep,
So
yep.
Twice's I Can't Stop Me will again be our Spice King and the top of the Soju chart. So shout out to Twice, second win. They are up for Hall of Spice next week.
Oh,
So that is a thing.
They might be the second people to make it to Hall of Spice.
Additionally, a consensus is that TXT's Blue Hour is second place as well.
Woo.
So shout out to TXT's Blue Hour,
Yes.
second place. They moved up a spot. That's pretty cool. Third place is a little contentious. I will explain why though.
Oh yes.
CIX, if I have CIX in third place, they have 3 points, right? And KDA has 2 points. But if I put KDA in third place, KDA has 3 points and CIX has 2 points.
So you're saying it's split based on your opinion.
It's
up to you,
essentially
Doug.
split.
Okay.
You know what? Both of you have KDA in your charts. Only Warren has CIX in his chart, but he has it in second place.
That is true. I did not include NCTU nor TXT in my charts.
I mean, no one included NCTU this week.
Still a great song. Still a great
Still a
song.
good song, though. No one
Yes.
included it.
Yeah.
You know, both of you wanted KDA in third place. I'm willing to also give KDA third place. So we will put KDA's more in third place.
Yay,
All right.
Congrats.
So
Calico
the-
skirt.
So the Soju chart for episode 111 is Twice's I Can't Stop Me picking up their second crown. Second week of Spice King. Shout out to Twice. Second place, we have TXT's Blue Hour. And in third place, we have KDA's More, hard carried by the one and only Soyeon herself. All right.
Congratulations, Big Hit. Congratulations, Riot.
League of
And
Legends.
JYP.
Yes. All right. I thought you were going to forget like what agency Twice was from for a second. That laugh was kind of weird too. Okay.
You've been making fun of my laugh the entire episode.
We're at show winners. Anita, hit us
Yeah.
with them.
All right. So on Tuesday on the show, there was no broadcast or winner, but for the following 3 days, so Wednesday, Show Champion, Thursday, M Countdown, and Friday on Music Bank, 17's Home Run had 3 consecutive wins. So congrats to them. Then on
Wow, wow,
Saturday, on Show Music Core, BTS's Dynamite had its 20th win.
Mhm.
So they're 1 win behind Boy With Love's record of 21 total wins. So big congrats to them. And then finally, to wrap it up on Sunday on Inkigayo, 17's Home Run had another win. So they're up to 4 total wins this comeback.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously 17's Home Run I think is a great song. I've listened to it a lot this week. I want to say Dynamite, this is their let me make sure I'm counting right. Yeah, this is their 8th win in a row on Show Music Core.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And this is with a 2-week break. So this song has been out 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Even with the break, they've won it since it's come out, essentially.
They might just keep going until B drops.
Yeah. like,
man.
yeah, they literally might hold that until their next album release, which would
Yeah.
be mind-boggling. Overall,
Oh, wow.
though, crazy good song. Dynamite, of course. I think it's one of their legendary songs. I've seen it on American advertisements for Samsung phones.
Yeah, yep. It comes up.
That
I've
is
seen
true.
that commercial, so that's pretty cool. K-pop
Shout
in
outs
your
to
regular
Galaxy.
life.
Yeah.
But we are now at the end of
Galaxy.
part 1 of SojuTalk episode 111. If you are listening to the audio version, sit tight, and if you're on YouTube, head over to the episode 111 part 2 video. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.